Hey there, Leilani with the Magical Solution here. Unpopular Truths, Espiritismo Edition Part 3. So I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed this little itty-bitty series, but we have to end it on a note that I think is very important, and it's to bring everything back to things that I've been saying since the very beginning, which is that Spiritism, Spiritualism, and Espiritismo is a wonderful foundational practice that can be easily syncretized, easily worked alongside with, easily incorporated into, easily appropriated if that's, your bag. But the whole purpose of Espiritismo is that it has been growing here in the Americas, and because it's now worldwide, we are seeing it expressed in so many cool ways, which brings me to this video. So I'm talking about Espiritismo with regards to how it is looked at all through the diaspora and in North and South and Central and Latin America, right? We're talking about it as it has progressed, right? But then, let's not forget, right, this is when it starts to hit the rural areas, right, in history, in the part of history where we start to see some of the common types of Espiritismo today, right? Cruzado, criollo, cordón, all the different types of yummy flavors of Espiritismo, and not even mentioning the more folk and familial types of Espiritismo that no one will ever hear of because they're just little family traditions and little family things. But the main ones that we talk about here today, that is where we start to see the influences of the Afro-Caribbean traditions, the African traditions, the indigenous traditions, all the yummy cultures that came through at the time. This is when we start to see the juicy stuff coming into Espiritismo, right? And a lot of it does come from the ATR practices of the time and the practices and influences from the African Bantu people, the Tamil Hindu individuals, there's so I can't even get into it. Anyway, my point is the Espiritismo that we're going to talk about in this video, the unpopular truths, are that now the Boveda is not just a personal altar, but is now used to do ancestral work. Now the Boveda is a shrine and a place for veneration of our spirit guides. Now we do incorporate herbalism and divination and even some forms of esoteric magic into our practices. Now we do utilize more Caribbean music, beautiful, chants and songs, the instruments, the drums, all that is now incorporated. The African spirituals, that's all incorporated now when we look at Espiritismo. And we see Espiritismo, especially in the southern part of North America, like we see Espiritismo and Hoodoo really playing very nicely together in this time frame, and seeing how the meshes occur and how some of the spirits that pop up in these places cross lineages, cross lines. So this is the unpopular truth about Espiritismo, is that it is an ever-evolving practice. Now we're seeing Espiritismo taking on a hell a lot more like Taino, and like really pulling from all of the natives that are in that area, because we're seeing a deeper reconnection to the indigenousness of our peoples and of ourselves. We're seeing a deeper connection to the land. Now we're seeing sort of eco types of Espiritismo coming up, right? Where it's very earth-based, very nature-based. We're seeing what we would consider intellectual Espiritismo, but like super intellectualized, right? Because we remember Carticism, we remember the scientific Espiritismo and like Christian Science when it first came out. Like we know how that rolled out and like how left that went, right? So like now we're seeing like another level of that where they're incorporating like quantum physics and all this like wild shit. So like this is what I'm talking about. The unpopular truth that a lot of people don't want to hear about that, or they like to label it as something that is a little too open, or there's not enough rules, or there needs to be more authority and more accountability. And all this stuff regarding Espiritismo being the way that it is, it's a shame, unfortunately, because you're not allowing that freedom to unfold. You're not allowing us to really see where this can go. And that's the unpopular truth. The unpopular truth is that people want to hold on to things being very, very separated and in their categories, and they want to and not really see the piece where this is a growth, and that growth is happening right alongside technology, right alongside global communication and relationships. I mean, we are fighting for people on the other side of the world, and they are fighting for us. The simple guy is speaking to the simple guy across the globe. The simple man are speaking to each other. And we're realizing that the problem was never between us. And Espiritismo facilitates a space where we can celebrate that on a spiritual level and connect with each other on a spiritual level globally. Anyway, that's just my rant. That's just my high horse. That is my unpopular truth, Espiritismo edition, part 3. I am Leilani. This is the magical solution, and this is how we grow. Talk to you guys soon.